So I'm sitting in college, right? And well, I'm imagining myself right now sitting in college and looking at all these people like that are taking creative writing and that are a bunch of people with ambitions or nascent ambitions. They don't even know whether or not they are ambitious. They're just there and they were told to be there and they're sitting there. And I'm imagining sitting there with one or two people who think that they can be avant-garde. And I don't think it's possible for anybody who's 22 to be avant-garde anymore, or even 20 or 18, because the avant-garde has progressed so far and the education system, at least in America, has stalled so hard that the professors that are standing up in front of you have no way of selling you this bill of goods and making good on this bill of goods that you've been sold, that you are special, that you can be great. You can't be great. Not through this rigmarole of education. You can't. You have to do it on your own. And the people who are there, who are in front of you, they will be tempted to sell you a bill of goods that you can fulfill. And what is that? You will be avant-garde insofar as you join into a miasma of phantasmagoric one-night standing for all of the attention of the world to pay attention to for just one brief moment. That's all you're going to get in one brief moment if you follow down the path of least resistance to greatness. The only way to actually advance any given art is to shirk all that ego. No, actually, let's bring that back. You don't shirk your ego, but you burden your ego with all that has come before you. And what these teachers are going to do, who probably likely have shirked the responsibility that they've inherited of getting you to invest your ego into something greater than you. They're just going to feed your ego because their egos too are disappointed with never getting greatness themselves. Unless, you know, they're one or two gifted ones or a few gifted ones or ones who understand that they're in process, that they are investing a portion of their energy every single day into advancing some very small, minute edge of what we're up to, whether that be art or science or so on. So what they're going to do is gravitate. These teachers are going to gravitate, and they're going to have you gravitate towards this short circuit to greatness. And this short circuit to greatness is going to make you rowdy and is going to burden you not with the greatness of humankind, but with all the terrible oppressions of humankind. And you don't need to study greatness if you have all that oppression before you. You can completely ignore the amount of effort it takes to become great if all you have to do is right some magnificent wrong. But you are not going to be able to right that wrong greatly. You're not going to be able to right that wrong greatly unless you join forces into one big seething mass and make a big old raucous orgiastic spasm of me, now, that's not going to make sense anymore. I've been there, I've seen it. It doesn't make sense to fall into that following crowd. It does not make sense to go there. The only thing that actually makes sense, if you want to pursue that ambition, if you feel that you have ambition that you think might be able to push just a little bit where we've come so far, you invest yourself into study. You put your feet into the ground and you look at all the greatness, not at the disparity, not at the oppression. You look at the greatness. You look at the overcoming. You look at what people have been able to sacrifice and achieve by bald luck and some sort of ineffable grace, what they've been able to achieve. Not the depths that they've sunk to. That is something to aspire toward. And if all you do is put your attention on the depths that humanity is sunk to, on how small humanity is, how finite your own life is, you will only be magnifying that oppression and that finitude and that nihilistic just ending of me. And you will eventually get so frustrated that you will become nothing but a me that is dissatisfied. If you want true satisfaction, you yoke your dissatisfaction to something that you will never achieve, but that maybe you will be able to push 1 micrometer further. That was just a thought. Thank you, 20,000 strangers, and not so much strangers, some of you anymore, for being here with me. Have a good weekend.